out to Socrates. Socrates still trying to get the opening. Oh, Socrates! Whoa!
And there it is. The crazy gang have beaten the Culture Club.
Maggie Thatcher, can you hear me? Maggie Thatcher, your boys took the hell of a beating. Your boys took the hell of a beating.
Welcome to paragraph 2, subsection 1.81, 1979-80 revisited from Your Boys Took a Hell of a Beating's lexicon of learning. We're dipping into the third division, having paragraph 1 taken us to the shock and awe of Liverpool being outclassed at Coventry City, and the Coventry fans stating as much with utter cheek, and Barry Davis telling them so. It's the third division. It's the big match. It's Brian Moore behind the microphone for this one. It's our referee is so important that his middle name is initialised on this one, Dave. Brian T. Stevens of Stonehouse, Gloucestershire. If this man isn't in the education system, I'm not sure what to think.
No, absolutely. He's got to be a minor public school headmaster, hasn't he? He's got all the officiousness about him that's required, and probably plays minor counties cricket for Cheshire during the summer as well, I think.
Absolutely, there's a grammar school edge to this one. I think no school that us great unwashed are going to be getting to, Dave, anytime soon. Brentford versus Sheffield Wednesday. We've had quite a bit of Sheffield Wednesday across the weeks of this season, Dave. But rightly so, I think. Jack Charlton is a magnet for, something. You're going to get some kind of value for money with Jack Charlton. If his team loses, he's got to be absolutely livid and forthright about it. If his team prospers, then they're going to be doing it in a, it's going to be like watching Slapshot.
They are, they're the box office, I suppose, aren't they? The third division, and here they are down to Griffin Park, which, of course, Big Jack, I'm sure, would approve of, given that it got a pub on each corner of the ground. So very much his kind of territory, I would think. Yes,
as long as at least one of them serving Guinness on draft, Jack will be a very happy fella. The Brentford lineup for this one, we've got Len Bond, Paul Shrub, Barry Tucker, Dennis Salmon, Stephen Harding, John Fraser, Dave Carlton, Doug Alder, Lee Holmes, Jackie Graham, not that one, and Steve Phillips. Bob Booker on the bench, who he is Brentford, is Bob Booker, all over, to the point that I still expect to see his name tip up, at least among the substitutes, in a contemporary manner for Brentford. The glory of this one is that we've actually got a part-time player as part of this, Dave. Not a full professional in Lee Holmes. We've also got Stephen Harding making his debut. He's on loan from Bristol Rovers, and he puts in an excellently defensive, forthright performance in this game. This is, although you've got the glamour of Sheffield Wednesday, who are clearly kind of like the fish out of the big fish in shallow water. This is the whale washing up on the shores, and everyone trying to crowbar it back into the deeper water. This has just got third division football stamped all over it.
It's majestic. You've even got Russell Harty in attendance.
We have got Russell Harty in attendance. This is just kind of like end of days.
Yeah. I suppose it's better than Ian Smith, the audition premier. You mentioned Harding. He, at the back, as you say, he has an epic performance. It's very difficult to tell on the VHS footage that we get, but he appears to be sporting the most enormous sort of side, but it might be a beard, but they appear to be enormous sideburns. And he obviously hasn't got the memo that the Spiders from Mars broke up 17 because he looks an absolute shoo-in for a place on the base there.
Yeah, he has come in from the West Country with his LPs under his arm, and he's defiantly not for joining the 1980s, and it has to be said, it is not that Stephen Harding either.
No.
This is very much an alternative Stephen Harding. The Sheffield Wednesday lineup: Bob Boulder, we've got Ray Blackhall, David Grant, Mark Smith, Mike Pickering, Brian Hornsby, ex-Arsenal, Jeff King, Jeff Johnson, ex-Crystal Palace, Ian Mellor, Andy McCulloch, who we've seen a couple of times this season, and is a decent player, a highly decent player. Terry Curran, who's got lots of substance about him. And a certain Melvin Sterland on the bench making up the number 12 shirt in this one. He's not yet Mel. He's defiantly Melvin. Melvin Sterland, Dave.
The reduction of his name is still to come. I mean, that's one of the joys of seeing these sort of third division games. You do see a number of players who are going to go on to have big futures, play in the trade lower down early on in their careers, and it turned into being into a pretty decent, entertaining game. This one actually.
It does. It really does. Going back to Andy McCulloch, we have to mention he's an ex-Brentford player, so there's lots of kind of interest in this, and which we always get with these third and fourth division games. Not seen as much of the fourth division as we would like to have done thus far, but plenty of third division football, and those little side stories. The returning former hero, the on loan roadie from prog rock bands across the 1970s, and Stephen Harding. The part-time player, the former Arsenal player dropping down the divisions, the young stars breaking through on the way upwards on an upward trajectory. No Pat Cruz in this one, suspended, sent off last Saturday. We've also got Sheffield Wednesday on the back of a defeat at home by Plymouth Argyle, Dave, while Brentford have had no win in 3. Great to go into the third division. It's a peculiar choice in many respects for the LWT cameras on this day. I mean, granted, it's winter. There's so much of the programme has been wiped out because of ice and snow. But I'm sure Brian Moore must have been kind of like thinking, I wish I was at Highfield Road on this afternoon when the results came through. He'll have been cursing Barry Davis. I
think you're right. I mean, this has got late substitution written all over it. This particular choice of game, but to be fair to it, it provides quite nicely on the entertainment front right from the outset. And there's all those little bits of third division activity. I mean, right from the start, there's a free kick from Terry Curran on the right that's glanced wide, but the Brentford goalkeeper, I mean, going down in instalments doesn't do justice for the ginger way he sort of falls to the turf. Obviously, worried that he might be frostbound or something. He's going to injure himself. It's slow motion goalkeeping.
It is slow motion goalkeeping. It's very much slow motion goalkeeping. Again, it's a resplendent game, Dave, in terms of the sartorial elegance. 2 fine kits here. I think if it's not too, I think Sheffield Wednesday sporting a Buckter kit in this one, but it's the 1980s now. But these two clubs, defiantly hold on to the 1970s football kits at this point in time.
Sheffield Wednesday have sorted it out. Remember earlier on in the season, they had one of the players wearing what must have been the previous season's kit with the wrong number of stripes on. They all do seem to be wearing the right number of stripes in this game, so that's a good mark for the kit man. Must have been on a bonus that week for getting it right. But no, it looks it's got a pleasingly Sabutio look to it. It
does. It is human Sabutio in terms of the visual aesthetics, without a shadow of a doubt. Russell Harty is accompanied at this game by the playwright Willie Stone, Dave. It's a spotter's paradise for Brian Moore, if nothing else.
Yes, and for none of the rest of us who have no idea who the playwright is, frankly.
No, not at all. But Brian is either in the know, or he's got his producers in his ear saying,
exactly.
That's Willie Stone. You need to mention him as well. There's a glorious early reducer in this, Dave, from Mark Smith, not Mark E. Smith, but Mark Smith. It sets the tone somewhat on a nice cold January day. That's just what you want in the early exchanges of a game, is the classic reducer.
This is the glorious meat and potatoes values and virtues of third division football. It's I mean, nowadays he would have just immediately then finished his tackle and walked down the tunnel. No. I don't think he even gets a word from the referee. It's just let's all carry on. And football was better for it, frankly.
Yeah, absolutely is. There's Grant's glancing header from a free kick that goes just wide. There's some fine movement. Holmes to Graham, boulders out to meet the through ball. There's Mellor's put through, but there's a gloriously heavy first touch, Dave, which which takes him into a parallel universe. He slices the ball away into the away end. This is the content that we want, Dave, in these games.
Absolutely. I mean, there's none of this nonsense that you see now in League One and League Two, teams trying to play out from the back and the Barcelona. This is the proper stuff. I mean, his first touch is virtually a shot. It's so bad, and then he has to run after it, and he eventually catches up with it. And the finish. I mean, it's to say it's wild. I think we're doing him a service, frankly.
It's kaleidoscopic. It's a wonderful thing. It's one of my favourite things from this game. But before long, Sheffield Wednesday do have the lead, and to be fair, it's class rising, really. The cream rising to the top here in this game. The former Arsenal man Hornsby with an absolute screamer into the top corner. There's fine link play from Hornsby, McCulloch and Curran in the build up to it. It's not surprising that it's these three very talented players who are capable of playing and have played for some of them at a higher level that have shown the bit of class that comes in to bring us the opening goal, Dave.
Yeah, this is as you say the class act in the team playing for Sheffield Wednesday. It's some really nice football. Curran down the right plays inside to Hornsby, and he absolutely laces it across the goal and into the opposite top corner from 20 yards out. It's a goal that would have graced the first division with no question about it. And Brentford have got no answer to it. It's a really, for all the stuff that we've talked about before in the game. I mean, that is it kind of illuminates the day. It's a lovely bit of football. It
is a fine piece of football. Before long, Bond saving at the feet of Johnson. There's some magnificent penalty box chaos. We like a bit of penalty box chaos, and we can't even say, Dave, that this is just like Division 3 centric, because we in the previous paragraph there was a bit involving Liverpool. No game is immune to a little bit of penalty box chaos. It's always lovely to see.
It is, unless you're having to try and write the match report because you've got no idea what's going on. As I say in Scotland, a bit of a stramash in the 6-yard box. That's what you want. Legs flying everywhere. Nobody knows where the ball is. It's buried underneath somebody, and eventually the dust clears.
It's a forest of legs.
It's like a Backstreet Kids cartoon. The dust settles and nobody knows what's happened.
There's a sausage on a fork that gets thrown over the top. There's someone gets hit on the back with a polystyrene cup thrown by the school teacher referee. It's got a bit of playground to it. It's just got a bit of everything. It's absolutely magnificent. Love it. There are further chances. Brentford do get themselves into the game. Phillips with a miss on the turn. He's in acres of space, Dave. Get the ball up almost as close to the corner flag as the target. This Claxon. It's your boys took a hell of a beating. Hall of Fame. I absolutely love this moment in time. It's glorious, Dave.
My notes are: how on earth did he miss that?
Not just miss it, but threaten to hit the corner flag with it, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, it is a glorious piece of incompetent centre forward play from Phillips, who could have a second career as Bill Oddie's stunt double. I think we should point out as well. But it is one of the. Yeah, it's a Jeff Thomas miss word, isn't it? I mean, it is horrendous. I'm sure even now, every now and again at night, he wakes up in the middle of the night and curls up into the fetal position thinking about that day that he missed.
the big moments he was on camera. But as a plus for him, after the match, he's off to the BT Tower to coax that kitten down, that oversized kitten down from the top of the BT Tower. Just a busy day for Steve Phillips. Into the second half, it's Sheffield Wednesday again on the front foot. There's a cross from King. Curran heads over. You've got Mellor making an ungainly. I've my notes. It's Mellor making an ungainly nuisance of himself.
Yes, he's that kind of player, isn't he? Sort of all action kind of player that you wouldn't really want to play against. I don't think.
No.
Because you don't. He's one of those who doesn't know what he's going to do. I think, as much as anything, the defenders certainly don't. He's all over the place. There is some good football played as well.
There is.
And then we do finally get the referee manages to go for his book for Jeff King. I think it is. It was a scything tackle.
There is. It's very much Kenny Burns' corner. He does. He sides in on Alder. He was and all Alder was trying to do was to retrieve an overhit pass. It was a proper inoffensive part of the pitch for this to be happening, and it was kind of like if you're gonna pull one of those out of your repertoire, save it for a crucial moment, not something as innocuous as that ball's been overhit. I'll go and fetch that, lads.
Yeah, but the referee, as we said earlier, he's been itching to take centre stage, and there he is, flourishing his card.
He does. He gets the Brian T. Stevens with a flourish, knowing the cameras are there, delighted to flash his yellow card. Terry Curran had a penalty shout shortly before this incident, barged by Harding, our hero with his LPs, his prog rock LPs under his arm, and one eye on the cosmos. It's very a cross between Stephen Hawking and Mike Harding, really. So he's got kind of like the whole kind of cosmos at his disposal, but also kind of like folk music as well as an interest there, Dave. Yep. As well as robust defending, I think we'd have robust, to call it.
I think he's a particularly good word for it. Terry Quinn chasing into the box and goes down, no penalty. And I think for the sake of the game, it's a good thing there's no penalty, because keeping it at 1-0, I think maintains the entertainment value for the rest of the afternoon. And there is some great entertainment value. I mean, the Bond in the Brentford goal, I particularly like watching him. When he takes a goal kick, he takes it with such venom that he almost knocks himself off his feet. I mean, it's a remarkable thing in action.
It's kind of like a comic book goalkeeper. There's great. I mean, we're loving our goalkeeper. The eccentricities that are at play. Peter Barota, we'd have to throw into that mix. Maybe it's a West London thing, Dave. You do have to be larger than life to be a goalkeeper, particularly amongst the West London clubs at this point in time. There's a great altercation between Carlton and Johnson. There's Carlton stamp on Johnson's face almost, Dave. We have our next entrant into the Kenny Burns corner. Again,
it's a Joe Jordan tackle, really, to be fair, if you're going to stamp on somebody's face. I mean, I don't think Kenny Burns ever quite reaches that high. But this is, it's viewed from, the perspective of 40-odd years later. It looks like they'll have the police on the pitch nowadays, never mind the referee. But again, that's just 1979, 1980. That's
it would have ended up in a magistrate's court at the very least. It's his face, his chest that gets a good stamping on. Brian Moore declares it to be fun and games. 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. It's just a magical moment, Dave. And that kind of like, it's something and nothing. Don't worry.
It's like digging up one of those time capsules that they've buried in the local park, 50 years ago. You find out how different life was then.
This is very much fun and games. Nothing to see here. Everyone move on.
It was probably a bit of fun and games. Never mind.
A bit of fun and games. It's all fine. 6 1 half dozen good. There's a Holmes header saved by Boulder. Brentford are sneaking into this now, Dave, as the second half goes on, and sure enough, comes an equaliser. And it's Phillips, cross from the right from Alder, header by Holmes, side-footed on the volley by Phillips, making amends for that earlier miss.
It's a good finish as well, actually. It's could very easily hit the corner flag with this one as well, but now he first time he guides it into the roof of the net. I think we can say it's a nice bit of football from Phillips, who, as you say, is atoned now for those first half indiscretions. Brought it back to one apiece and sets up a good finale for the game.
It does indeed. It does indeed. Momentum is very much building in this game. You've got a penalty shout as well for Brentford. Sheffield Wednesday had their penalty shout earlier on. Brentford's turn. It's Mellor on Salmon. No penalty. This one to me looked more nailed on than the current shout earlier on. But Brian T. Davis is not for disrupting the flow of the game, apparently, not even in the name of upholding its laws.
Oh, yes, Salmon is he's not happy, is he, when he doesn't get his penalty. He's ready to remonstrate with the referee, who's quite busily running off in the opposite direction by this stage. It does look like a penalty, you have to say.
This very much looks like a penalty, this one. Yeah, very much looks like a penalty.
Probably just fun and games again.
Yeah, and fun and game. Yeah, 6-1 after doesn't it? They'll be fine. Play on that. To add insult to Brentford injury there, Mellor makes it 2-1 for the visitors. It's a McCulloch through ball. Fittingly enough, the former Brentford man. The home defence, they just fall asleep, Dave. Mellor rounds Bowler. Not Bowler, it's Bond. And it's 2-1. 25 minutes to play.
Yeah, I mean, McCulloch's picking up the pieces really from a loose ball, clips it into Mellor, and he definitely rounds the goalkeeper, which on some of the surfaces that we're seeing at this stage takes a bit of doing, to be fair. But no, he's completely in command, and it's 2-1 going into the last passage of the game. Nice to take a goal in the nothing special, but given the circumstances and the surface, Mellor does well to put that one away.
He does. It totally flies in the face of that one that he skews into the crowd in the first half. It's the wild juxtapositions here, Dave. It's the polar opposites that we're getting. We're not getting much in the way of middle ground here, where you're saying, percentage playing that could have gone in. It's either kind of like the wildest of misses or the most consummate of finishes.
I suppose that inconsistency is why they're playing in the third division as opposed to the first division. And that is the glory of the third division football and the fourth division football that we've seen. There are some fantastic moments of real quality and great skill and stuff. And then there's the comedy of life.
There is some utter bemusement at times, which is probably even more, I think it's more enjoyable than the moments of genuine magnificence that actually pop up in these games. Sheffield Wednesday supporters, jubilant, back in the lead, booming out. You'll never walk alone there, Dave. The continuation of outing these teams for doing such things, will continue on and on until it stops, which eventually does. There's toilet roll on the pitch, Dave, which is always a reassuring vision. Some of it magnificently makes it all the way through to the centre circle, Dave. Kind of like Voyager, going off, to map out Saturn and all that type of stuff, and still sending out signals to this very day intermittently. This strand of toilet roll is very determined to make itself known on this day, Dave.
You can only think that some Brentford urchin has brought his catapult to the game and has slung the toilet roll as far as it is impressive. Perhaps there's a high wind or something blowing it around the place, but. I think we should start bringing it back. I think that's what we need in football. We need to see more toilet roll.
More toilet roll. We want to see toilet roll and ball boys getting wrapped up in it as well. Yes, if this could be brought back to the game, then that would be glorious. Invicars as well, by the corner flag. Brentford do get the second equaliser before too long though. It's Holmes, Fraser with a hopeful ball forward. There is a magnificent comedy of errors, Dave. Pressure from Booker, who's being introduced for Graham. The ball breaks for Holmes, and he bobbles it in. Having said everything about what was glorious about some of the other goals, this is again that gloriousness of bemusement, and there's the ball almost apologetically finding the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean the ball's looped forward to the 50 yards. Booker goes chasing it, misses it completely. It deflects off a defender and falls to Holmes. And he has the opportunity, and I've written there down. He dribbles a shot into the bottom corner from 15 yards. I mean, it's like the ball is deciding, can I be bothered to make it all the way to the goal or not? Oh yeah, we might as well. And there we are, 2-2.
It was very much the Brian T. Stevens of balls there. Should I give that penalty? No, it'll mean me standing still on a cold day for a bit too long. I'll run around and just not give that. Keep yourself warm. Yeah, the ball was very much should have go over the line, should have done, and sure enough it did. Sheffield Wednesday have been back in the lead for no more than 5 minutes. It ends 2-2, but there's still plenty going on in the last 20 minutes. We've got Grant on for there's a magnificently frustrating challenge that earns another yellow card from Brian T. Stevens. Grant on Alder. Melvin Sterland is introduced to the scene as well to see if he can procure a winner for Sheffield Wednesday. There's very much an anyone's game element to it. There's Curran is determined, clearly piqued by the second equaliser and the lack of a penalty earlier on. So more than anyone else, Curran is very much kind of like determined to make a difference here. But it's on as even at the end of the game, and there are kids on the pitch, Dave.
Excellent. That's what we like to see. again, that was just such a total part of football at that point in time. They used to just run on the pitch for no real reason. I mean, they weren't trying to get autographs. They weren't trying to. They were just milling around on the pitch, churning up the surface for the next game. I mean, nowadays, if you had anybody running the pitch, first of all, they'd have the season ticket off you. Probably you'd have the groundsman with an air rifle trying to shoot people touching his blades of grass. So again, it's all a bit different, but there's just a weird innocence about it all. There's nothing threatening about any of that. It's not like they're there to beat up a player or attack anybody or anything. It's just well, this is what we do, and then they get there, and it's I don't know what I've come on here for, but I'm here anyway, so.
I'll just give a random player a pat on the back, even if I don't know who he is or not. Yeah, it is a magnificent thing. Truly magnificent thing. On the back of this result, Dave, Sheffield Wednesday, 8th, 4 points off the promotion places. Brentford and 9th, also 4 points off. So although the form is fluctuating, they're still January's not come to an end yet, and they're still in the race, Dave.
Just about hanging on to it, yeah. And of course, no playoffs in those days, so it is just your top three, but. We're set fair for a good climax to the season, I think, in Division 3.
We are indeed. 3 games called off across the rest of the division. Mansfield, Barnsley, Reading, Oxford United, Swindon, Rotherham. Results of the other games that took place in Division 3 on this particular Saturday. Blackburn are 3-0 winners at home to Wimbledon. We've got Bury 3-0 winners at home to Exeter City. A long trip for Exeter City fans to be making on a cold and treacherous snowbound day in the UK. Gillingham 1, Carlisle 1. A certain Peter Beardsley has put Carlisle ahead there shortly before half-time, Dave. Westwood gets the equaliser for Gillingham. I'm sure we might hear more from Peter Beardsley across the span of the decade. Millwall have got a 3-1 win at home to Chester. Plymouth, a 1-1 draw at home to Grimsby. And Sheffield United held to a 1-1 draw at home to Hull City, Dave. As far as the table's concerned, Sheffield United remain top, 34 points, which Romark approves of clearly. We've got Colchester on 33, Grimsby on 33, making up the promotion spots at the minute. On the outside looking in, Chesterfield and Chester on 31, Swindon on 30, along with Millwall, and as mentioned, Sheffield Wednesday and Brentford, who are joined on 29 by Exeter at the foot of the table. It's starting to look a bit desperate for Wimbledon. 6 points adrift of safety, 17 points bottom of the table. It's Southend on 19, Mansfield 20, Bury on 21, and outside the bottom 4 looking in, hoping to keep out of it. Hull City 21, Barnsley on 23, and Carlisle on 24, Dave. Still much to play for at both ends there.
The dream is over for Wimbledon, though. We shall never hear again.
It is.
In the 1980s, the bubble has burst.
The bubble has burst. It's only hardship for the rest of the decade. Nothing good come of it for them, surely. From here, Dave, a quick look at a nod towards the league tables in the second and fourth divisions. Newcastle lead the way in the second division, 2 ahead of Chelsea and Leicester, who make up the rest of the top 3. You've got Luton Town just a point off, Sunderland on 30 are 3 points off the promotion places, and then we've got a cluster of trio of teams on 29, West Ham, Birmingham and Wrexham. Bottom 3 made up of Fulham, Charlton and Burnley, Oldham Athletic, Shrewsbury Town just out on goal difference. Huddersfield at top of the 4th with Walsall, Portsmouth and Newport. For company in the promotion places, Torquay just on the outside looking in with Bradford City. The bottom 4, who will of course have to seek re-election at the end of it, it's already nailed on for Crewe. They're on 13, 7 adrift of 20th placed Port Vale. Darlington, Scunthorpe and Rochdale make up the rest of the bottom 4. And along with Port Vale, we've got Hereford, York, Stockport, to Lincoln City, Northampton, maybe all the way up to Northampton and Tranmere on 24 points, just 4 ahead of the re-election spots there, Dave. Half the division in Division 4 still got work to do to stay away from the Café Royale bun fight at the end of the season.
When Altrincham will surely be elected to the Football League, so bad times coming for one of those bottom 4.
Absolutely, because Altrincham must make it this time around. Back to the headlines, the back page headlines, Dave. Kevin O'Callaghan signs for Ipswich Town from Millwall for a cool £250,000, Dave. The Millwall chairman, Len Eppel, says that he was reluctant to lose the talented teenager but went on to state that they were a second division club eking out an existence on third division gates. Obligations had to be met. We hope to strengthen the team as soon as possible in order to help our bid for promotion. Presumably any bids for new players will be put in writing, wrapped around a brick and lobbed through rival teams' windows, Dave.
Naturally. Kevin O'Callaghan having signed for Ipswich, well, of course, he's 4 or 5 months away from starring alongside Pele, Bobby Moore and Sylvester Stallone.
Absolutely. Big things ahead for Kevin O'Callaghan. Wolves are going all of a bit cosmopolitan. They're set to give a 3-day trial to the Uruguayan international utility man, Rafael Villasanz, currently plying his trade in the Segunda division in Spain with Recreativo Huelva. Wolves and Uruguay, Dave.
That's very exotic for Wolverhampton. That's far too continental for him.
That is very continental indeed. Charlton manager Mike Bailey is set for a showdown talks with chairman Michael Glixton. Bailey has only been at the helm of the club for 12 weeks, and Andy Nelson, who stepped aside upon the arrival of Bailey, has claimed he has taken charge of team affairs again. I don't know whether Andy Nelson has been given permission to do this, or whether this is just a hostile takeover of the manager's office, Dave.
This is a remake of Mutiny on the Bounty in Charlton. It's there'll be a shipwreck somewhere where they built the Millennium Dome, and Andy Nelson will be walking Mike Bailey across the plank and into the Thames.
Yeah, the Mutiny on the Bounty meets. It's like the Johnny Depp of the scene as well. But who's the Johnny Depp and who's the Orlando Bloom of the scene here? It all got to Pirates of the Caribbean as well. Tommy Docherty has received a written invitation from the Football League Managers Association to clarify his recent comments on all managers being con men and liars, Dave.
Well, he takes one to no one. I'm sure he'll excuse himself on the grounds that he was only speaking under anaesthetic after being beaten up on a train by Manchester City fans.
Absolutely,
and he'll get off that way.
Concussion must have been at play here, Dave.
Exactly.
Freezing weather has resulted in the League Cup semi-final first legs to be called off, Dave. Midweek games are particularly susceptible at this point in time. Evening kickoffs, you've not got the sunlight. Havoc being caused across swathes of the UK at this point in time.
It does again seem such a long time ago when teams hadn't got undersoil heating and everything was at the mercy of the weather. You look at that's one of the great advantages I think in football over the last sort of 40 odd years. The surfaces that they play on now are absolutely phenomenal compared with what it used to be. Those surfaces did make for some great entertainment as we've uncovered over recent weeks, but from a footballing point of view, the undersoil heating and the way the advances in drainage and all that sort of stuff, it's an absolutely different world, and players have got no excuses now for poor touch and all that sort of stuff when you look at what they're playing compared to some of the stuff we're already talking about and some of the ones that are upcoming anytime now.
Absolutely. One game that did take place, however, Wigan Athletic win 1-0 at Chelsea to clinch a fourth round FA Cup trip to Goodison Park to face Everton, Dave. Tommy Gore of Notty Ash, one of a quintet of Liverpudlians in the Wigan side, scores the only goal of the game. How tickled he must have been to have been the man at the moment there, Dave.
Yes, we should be coming on to Everton Wigan in the next paragraph, so we should look forward to that. Very much so.
Looking forward to Wigan's trip to Everton for the FA Cup. Finally, semi-finally, because I'm going to throw in a little bit of a pop quiz at the end of it for you, Dave. Unexpected pop quiz that's just sprung to mind. I didn't know about this 10 seconds ago. The draw has been made for the finals of the 1980 European Championship finals, Dave.
Excellent.
Perplexingly, the hosts, Italy, have been placed in Group 2, which, looking back, is oddity. I think Mexico were in Group C or something like that. It didn't always go to reason that the host would be appropriated to Group A or Group 1, and this was the case with Italy. They've been thrown together with England, Belgium, and Spain. Group 1, West Germany, the Netherlands, Czechoslovakia, and Greece. Very generously, UEFA seeded England in the draw, ahead of the reigning champions Czechoslovakia, beaten 1972 semi-finalists Belgium, plus the 1964 winners Spain. Yeah, England as a seeded nation in this. 10 years since they've played in a major competition. Only once before they contested the finals of the European Championship. it's an odd booking for UEFA to turn around and say, I tell you, who needs to be amongst the seed. To be fair to UEFA, the part of this I think has been based on the qualifying. I think England were the first to qualify and did so dropping 1 point. So as part of it, it is down to the qualification campaign. But it does stand out as a sore thumb of an oddity that England are seeded in this one ahead of the reigning champions themselves, Dave.
It is a pretty weird setup. Much good did it do England in the end, being seeded quite clearly, as we should come on to at the end of the season. But I suppose in the olden days when you only had 8 teams competing, I don't suppose the seeding mattered quite so much because they were all pretty much elite teams. But must have something to do with the broadcasters or something. Somebody's put a bung in there.
Yeah, it's not quite 1990 where it's like let's all send those Neanderthals to Sardinia and put them on an island. They'll be easier to contain and crack heads with. Even though it probably would have been highly warranted. Just one more nod towards the international game as well. The FA has refused to take any tickets for the May British Home Championship fixture against Scotland at Hampden Park, a continuation of the SFA vote, which refused to do likewise the other week. So this is despite the SFA vote. It's with the respective fixture of 1981. The FA taking a zero tolerance there, Dave.
Well, it's a good idea in principle. I'm not sure how well it's going to work out in actuality, but those England-Scotland games at the end of the season, they were amazing things back in the late 70s and early 80s. They were extraordinary events. Again, there's no place for it now in the game the way it is, but they are kind of missed. I think they were a good full stop on the season, weren't they? I think. They
were indeed. And the unexpected pop quiz here, Dave. The pools panel was forced into action. I think it was 17 games that were called off across the breadth of the Football League, the 4 divisions of the Football League. Let's see if you can. Are you in agreement with the pools panel here, Dave? Pools panel lottery. See if you can guess what the pools panel opted for: home win, away win, score draw, no score draw. Everton Stoke.
Home win.
Home win. Manchester United versus Aston Villa.
Home win.
Score draw.
Interesting.
Score draw. Norwich City versus Middlesbrough.
Norwich had a great home record that season, didn't they? Home win. Home
win. Yeah, unbeaten at home at this point in time, Norwich City, although 5 draws involved in that. They have reasoned that that's going to be a home win. West Brom Bolton, Dave.
Home win.
Home win. Very much so a home win. We'll say, Division 2, Birmingham City versus Chelsea.
Score draw.
They've gone home win, Dave. They've gone home win for that one. Yeah, interesting. Oldham versus Burnley.
Who's in goal for Burnley? We're going to go for Burnley. Have improved of late. Away win. Controversial away win. They have gone away win. I'm totally amazed by it, but they have gone away win for that one. 3rd division, Mansfield versus Barnsley. Away win. No score draw. There's got to be goals in that one, surely.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? You would think so. A bit of a Yorkshire spat there. You'd think something. There's got to be at least a controversial penalty, surely.
Absolutely.
Reading versus Oxford United.
Oof. Home win.
Home win. Thames Valley Royalty Co. We'd have to call that one. Wyndham Town versus Rotherham.
No score draw.
Home win. They went home win there. 4th division, Halifax versus Northampton Town.
Well, Halifax having defeated the mighty Manchester City, it's got to be a home win.
It is a home win. Lincoln City versus Bradford City.
Away win.
Score draw.
Okay.
Peterborough versus York City.
Home win.
Home win. Port Vale versus Crewe. Bearing in mind that Crewe
are absolutely terrible. Yeah. But something of a local derby. We're going to go for a home win anyway.
Home win. Scunthorpe versus Aldershot.
Home win.
Home win. Stockport County versus Portsmouth.
Oh, that's a tough one. Score draw.
Score draw. Walsall versus Rochdale.
Home win at Fellows Park.
Home win. And Wigan versus Bournemouth.
Wigan are in good nick, aren't they?
They are.
Home win.
Home win. Dave, I think you potentially get on for a pools win here, Dave. Lena Zavaroni will be round with a novelty-sized cheque within a day or two.
I've put the X in for no publicity. And definitely no Leaning Savarone.
Fair enough. No publicity at his end, Dave. Thank you so much once again for your valuable contributions to the latest subsection module of Your Boys Took a Hell of a Beat with 1979-80 revisited. All that leaves me to do is say, please spread the word. Subscribe where you can. We know where we are now. We're here, there, and everywhere. We're on Substack. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify, and other places as well, Dave, that I probably don't even know exist.
All sorts of places.
All sorts of places. Yes, spread the word. Join us again next time. The FA Cup fourth round is looming. Massive excitement. There's rosettes in windows of butcher shops and dogs dressed in football kits galore. Join us again next time. Thank you and goodbye.